Get ready for the action, because Juventus manager Luciano Spalletti admitted his team became like boys under pressure after a tough match against Hellas Verona, and revealed exactly the profile of midfielder they need to sign this summer. We dive deep into the tactical shift and the crucial player needed to reignite their attack.
Stop using your finger for notes, sketches, and edits. This Jam Jake stylus pen gives your iPad a smoother, more precise writing feel with palm rejection so your hand can rest naturally on the screen. It charges fast, works for hours, and comes with replacement tips. Perfect for school, work, or creative projects. Check the link in the comments to grab it on Amazon.
We follow the drama as Scotland striker Kieron Bowie netted his second goal in 3 games as relegated Hellas Verona managed a hard-fought 1-1 draw away against fourth-top Juventus, detailing the crucial moments of the game and the impact of Dusan Vlahovic's equalizer. Then we look at the reaction from the stands as Juventus fans booed Canadian striker Jonathan David during his substitution against Verona, exploring the fan discontent and the context of David's performance in his first season at the club. Finally, we wrap up with the massive implications as Inter Milan seals the Serie A title, putting AC Milan and Juventus in a precarious position regarding Champions League spots, and what this victory means for the rest of the season. Juventus manager Luciano Spalletti has publicly addressed a dip in team mentality following a recent match against Hellas Verona, admitting his players became overly cautious and boys under pressure. Speaking in a post-match press conference, Spalletti acknowledged the team's strong camaraderie, but stressed the need for greater ruthlessness and determination when required. "We're a team of sensitive lads, good guys, and the bond between them, this friendship, is a huge strength," Spalletti stated. However, he continued, "But when it comes to being a bit more ruthless, more determined, showing more character, it's clear that's not our main trait." Spalletti explained that conceding the opening goal led to a mental shrinking of the squad. He described the effect vividly, noting that players began playing tentatively, fearing failure, and being influenced by the notion that the game was easy. "We were influenced by the idea of it being an easy game. Then, on the other hand, we produce great passages of play and deserve to win, like in the second half, because we pinned them back, forced them to play almost entirely inside their own box. They only had 2 shots on target." Looking ahead to the summer transfer window, Spalletti identified a crucial need for a creative midfielder capable of operating in tight spaces between the opposition's defense and midfield. He noted that current tactical adjustments, such as tucking wingers inside, and relying on players like McKennie's instinct have been temporary solutions. The primary target for this role is Manchester City captain Bernardo Silva, whom Juventus are pursuing on a potential free transfer. The club is competing for the player, as Galatasaray and Barcelona have also expressed interest in the Portuguese playmaker. Hellas Verona secured a hard-fought 1-1 draw away against fourth-place Juventus in Serie A, with Scotland striker Kieron Bowie netting his second goal in 3 matches. Bowie opened the scoring in the 34th minute with a scuffed near-post shot from 12 yards, giving the visitors the advantage. The deadlock was broken just after the hour mark when Dusan Vlahovic leveled the score with a curling free kick. Despite the draw, Verona remains in a difficult position, holding on for a second consecutive point. The club is currently without a victory in 7 games, and their return to Serie B has been confirmed following a recent win against Pisa. Bowie's form is notable. He has scored 3 times in 11 appearances for Verona since his January transfer from Hibernian. In other Serie A news, the Scottish national team is missing out on a second consecutive title chase, as Internazionale established an unassailable 12-point lead with a 2-0 victory over Parma on Sunday. This success came despite Scotland teammates Scott McTominay and Billy Gilmour not featuring in the match, as Napoli had previously been held to a 0-0 draw away to Como. Elsewhere in the league, Lennon Miller started for Udinese in their 2-0 win over Torino, while Lewis Ferguson was a late substitute for Bologna in a 0-0 draw at home to Cagliari. Josh Doig was an unused substitute for Sassuolo's 2-0 win against AC Milan. Juventus fans voiced significant discontent towards Canadian striker Jonathan David following his substitution in a 1-1 draw against Hellas Verona on Sunday. The booing intensified as David was taken off the pitch in the second half to make way for Fabio Maierdi during the home fixture against the already relegated Verona side. The incident highlighted fan dissatisfaction with David's performance during his first season with the Bianconeri. David started the match but was substituted at the 70th minute, with the score tied at 1-1. David has registered 8 goals in 44 appearances across all competitions during his inaugural season at Juventus. While the performance drew criticism from a segment of the fanbase, the focus remains on his contributions to the team's efforts. Meanwhile, David remains a target for other clubs. Reports indicate that Aston Villa and Fenerbahce are showing interest in securing his services during the upcoming summer transfer window. Inter Milan has clinched the Serie A title, securing their 21st championship in a dramatic victory over Parma, moving an unassailable 12 points clear of rivals Napoli with 3 rounds remaining. The win was powered by Marcus Thuram, who scored an opening goal, with Lautaro Martinez setting up another. The celebrations were intense, with Thuram and Nicolo Barella acknowledging the team's success. Inter's triumph comes at a challenging time for European qualification. While domestic success is high, the club has faced setbacks in the Champions League playoffs, notably being eliminated by Bodo/Glimt. This domestic dominance contrasts sharply with the precarious situation of rivals AC Milan and Juventus, who now risk losing their Champions League spots. AC Milan suffered a 2-0 defeat against Sassuolo, reducing them to 10 men and leaving them just 2 points ahead of fourth-placed Juventus. Juventus also dropped points at home against Hellas Verona, though they extended their unbeaten run. Inter's head coach, Christian Chivu, celebrated the victory, emphasizing the team's unity and the positive impact of his leadership following a change in coaching staff. Players highlighted the importance of resilience, with Nicolo Barella reflecting on overcoming difficult moments in football and life. In other Serie A action, Sassuolo saw Domenico Berardi score his first goal of the game against Milan, while Juventus' Dusan Vlahovic also found the net against Hellas Verona. The league race remains tight as 3 rounds conclude, setting the stage for the final push for European spots.